Make a U-turn in 1,000 feet. Slight left. Take the next left. Sharp left. Turn right on. Continue on in a quarter mile. At the light in 600 feet. Turn right on. You have reached your destination.
Okay, this is done, and you can see that my weld was here, 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 and down in there. And then that cowl will fit there. Now let's go take a field trip, and I'll take you back here in a second. Oh shit, this is down. Okay, but draw your eye to the bottom of this and ignore the minor repair what I do there. That's what the front end will look like, plus or minus the overriders. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet. That bumper piece is what is held in there, and not there, but a couple of other spots. Okay. Well, that's really the grill, but what you can't see is where I put bolts that went all the way through and on to there. Okay. Here's the old one. That shit. This piece here is what the steel valence will attach to on a normally put together MGA. This lip here, this horizontal part, is something mine doesn't have, which is fine. So I've got to make one. Or do I? In fact, I don't. So what I'm going to have are bolts every couple of inches or so that go through to hold on the that plastic piece. Call it the air dam, the Sebring air dam. How about that? But I've got this in the way. Or I have a mismatch in levels. That's an even better way to say it. What I'm going to do, in fact, is put a piece of wood, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide. 1.5 inches is fine. All through here. I'll form it and cut it and so forth, so it's level with that lip, and I'll be able to drill through that plus the steel valance, and that's what I will hold that Sebring air dam on with. Okay, without further ado, it's a good thing I'm like my dad and don't toss things away. I have all of that lumber in there. It's thin stuff, so I'll cut a bunch of pieces together, glue them, and so forth, and that'll be it. So I'll get right to it, and then I will put that entire cowl onto my car. And this is what I was after. There is just a skosh of distance there. What is that? Let me see. That's too much. It might work out though. If I do one more level like that, then maybe plane it down with a grinder. Do I have thinner stuff? I'm gonna pause. Give me a sec. So that's a no. I don't have anything that's a little bit thinner, but that's fine. I'll make do with this. And I know how. Anyway, there it is. What I'm going to do is glue these two pieces together. Then you see where I've got a little bit of a gap in there because I'm so excellent at cutting things. And oh, by the way, a little bit of overlap. I'm actually going to fill that in with a little bit of fiberglass so it conforms everywhere. Once this is nice and dry, i.e. glue, I'm going to trim it, obviously, fill it, obviously, and then permanently put it in there after I soak the hell out of it. Okay. Well, I'm just about done with this. Back hurts, neck hurts, butt hurts, legs hurt. Everything else hurts. Moving around, scooting around this thing, I'm joyful. This is just awesome. As you can see, I'm ready to start welding. What I'm going to do, I'll take this down and then drill holes take this down and then drill, I should have drilled holes before, but every couple of half inches or so, and then just weld the ever-living shit out of this thing so that I've got contact everywhere. This is looking nice. You can see just a little bit of a gap in there, and I accept that as good to go. The distance between here and here and here and here is consistent. So I'm going to eat dinner, take a shower, watch a movie, I think, and then finish all of this. This is exciting shit, man. This is awesome. All right, well, I'm done with the front cowl. I'll show you that in a sec. You can now see here and here where those supports go. So I'll do those next. I'm going to fabricate them with my CAD design. There's where they go. Okay, so not doing too badly. Once I am done with all of this, I'm going to literally just spray paint a shit ton of epoxy primer into this this gap, so that if water does get in there, it's not going to be a big deal. I'm also considering, frankly, filling that in with fiberglass so it's a smooth and easy transition that you don't see, so it doesn't trap water. I may do that later on. So you can see I've relieved the cowling of its paint, and not bad. I was awfully close in putting all this in. So what I consider well within the geometry, the correct geometry of this front end, right? Awfully close when I put that cowl in, and I had 1/2 inch of flex inward that then I clamped down and welded. So I'll go through real quick the way that I've welded these things in. Imagine, if you were, that there is actually nothing in there, right? I would drill a hole. You saw that on a prior video. Clamp it down nice and tight to the rear, and then slowly fill it in with a weld bead, so that this attaches to this. Okay, but again, starting off with a hole that's roughly the size and smaller in some cases. And there you go. Some of this I'm going to beautify before I do anything more with it. Certainly I'm going to squish those seams in, and then I'm going to seal all of this. Okay, I still have that little bit of Bondo to get rid of, so I'll feather in the correct size level of things. There you go. So anyway, last thing I've got to do are those supports, and I'll do those here in just a second. And there we go. I'm using my CAD system, my cardboard aided design. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a curve there that conformed to the thing there. I'll then do the uprights, and we'll call that a day. Whoops, we'll call it a day on both of them. Okay, you're looking at 4 hours of work. God damn, I am achy. Everything hurts. I'm so goddamn old. I'm just joking. Anyway, so here are the inner panels. I'm going to paint these, put them in my oven, and let them bake. Then I'm going to weld them in. Let's see, is this the right one? Yeah, more or less. All right, and I've already painted the backside, so it's a little bit tough to see what you're looking at. Maybe I cut them down too low. Oh well, I did trim them, but I'm going to Zorch nice easy corners on both of these so it doesn't look so bad or hurts me when I put my hand in there. And I've also, there you go, it's a little bit better. I've also put some holes in them so that, you know, I can use them when it comes for the front portion of the, I forget what they're called. And the same thing over there. I've painted all that. I'm ready to put them into the welder, and you know, have them here as a final part. I'm thinking to myself here, I may just, now let me think out loud again. I'm going to paint the outer portion only, so that I can then weld it onto the back, and then I'll paint all that. That's what I'm going to do. And there we go. You can see a couple of holes there up top above the bracket that I'm going to close up with welding later. I wanted to get this done. And where it looks white, I'm going to paint that. That's just the paint that burned off during the welding from behind. Same thing over here. Okay. You can see a big angry splotch right there in the middle. You'll see one over there as well. I welded this from underneath, so it's got a couple of underneath spots there. You can't really tell too well, but as well as on the brackets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points of contact on this one. And 1, 2, big 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on this one. Let me put this down and hit record again. There's the level. This is presupposing that the whole construct is level, but again, I measured from corner down, and they're equal. So what I don't have done yet is this. I mean, this would be just a 10-minute, if that, weld job, but I want to go inside, frankly. I've learned to not push myself. Today I pushed myself because I wanted to get this done, but on my Fiat 850, I would say I've got to have 4 hours on a weekday and at least 9 or 10 on the weekends. It burned me out, and I learned to hate that little fucking car. You know, I hate it because of Fiat, but I won't do that. So there it is on the backside. A little bit ugly back here, so I'm either going to close these with welds or close them with something else. I don't know yet. Yeah, show you the other side. Nice of a better job, I think. Welding here. Wow, it's still warm. Here. Some in there, and of course one from the other side. Ow. That, good friends, is the end of, I'm just looking at all this stuff, the end of my major body work. What I have left is stripping or scuffing out this red paint, and then I'll need to get a look at the windshield, gutter, strip that. I want to take a bunch of that rust cutter to the innards and things I've stripped prior to, but never treated. So, fuck me, I am done. Well, you know, major body work in 1 weekend and 3 or 4 weekdays. That's freaking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Especially given I took 8 years to do my Roadster. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to put this together. I'm going to post this. I'm going to eat something, and I'm going to wash all the grit junk out of my my hair and everything else, and then get to the rest of this. Holy cow. This here is what goes inside the, what do you call it? The cowl. I wanted to put on my front step and let it get all nice and dry, so I poured a bunch of fiberglass into it. I'm going to sand all that fiberglass down, make it nice and even all throughout here. And yeah, not bad. Not bad. I'm pretty pleased with this, actually. I know it looks raw and rather ugly, but I assure you, it is. It's ugly, but I can make good use of this, and I can make it pretty. That, yeah, I can make that pretty too.